What is up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the How to Survival series, where today we are bouncing right into the episode. Yeah, that is right. I just thought it'd be kind of fun to put some slime blocks on the floor over here at the slime farm, because I was just clearing a chunk just for a bit of fun, just for a bit of a grind, and then I just had this empty area here, and I thought, hey, it would be kind of cool to put some slime blocks down here, and then I thought, hey, I'm gonna put a cool carpet pattern on top of it, and yeah, this is what I have. I will try at least to fly on up and give you a better look, but oh yeah, that's right, I don't have my lights on. Very nice. But anyway, if I just stand up here, you can see the pattern. I think it looks pretty good. It will look even better on a bit of a larger scale. And I plan to do a larger scale. So as you can see, this chunk comes off one side of the slime farm. Planning to do that on all four sides. And then take out the corners as well. So that is what, 3, 6, 7 more chunks to go. So that'll be 9 in total. And eventually, I want to clear the entire sphere. But I'll probably need some help from some TNT machines for that one. But it would just be a fun grind project to clear this entire sphere. But it is quite a large space, so I don't think I'll be doing that all by hand. But hey, at least do these ones by hand, because I do get a lot of materials. As you can see, I am absolutely loaded on stone, cobble and smooth stone. Also all these different types of stones, quite a lot of dirt as well, bit of gravel. That's not the most precious resource anyway, but a lot of coal, iron, a bit of diamonds. That's actually quite a small amount for 4 chunks, but that's alright. A bit of redstone as well, but yeah, the main part is just the cobble and stuff, but I have heaps. Some of it was left over from the last chunks we cleared, but that's alright. But anyway, that's not what we're doing in today's episode, although maybe later on we'll pay a little more visit to another one of these chunks. But what I want to do in today's episode is create a farm for all this carpet down here, because as I was making it, I realized, hey, I don't have a really proper wool farm. I have a small kind of automated one over at my old base, and yeah, it's alright for a small amounts that I needed before, but if I want to do this carpet on a much larger scale, I'm going to need a lot of wool, and no time like the present to build a mega wool farm. Now that then got me thinking about how I want to construct this farm. Now the original plan was to build it right here, build kind of a tower of farms, like maybe 5 of them, 4 or 5, and then have a centralized storage system somewhere here with, 2 or 3 double chests for each type of wool color. And then I thought maybe put the storage up there, and that was kind of a thought process I had. But then I thought, what if we just go all out and build a massive one just off the side of the industrial district? Maybe this way. Have to do a bit of clearing of land, but if we just do a massive one, I'm thinking all 16 colors of wool, and since that's going to be 16 different colors, why not do 16 of each? So that's 16 times 16. I don't know the answer to that, but I'm going to do that on my calculator right now, and 16 by 16 is 256 sheep. Now that is going to be a lot of wool. So I'm thinking of that, but yeah, that's going to be a lot of work, so might not get it all done in this episode, but we'll try get at least a few colors done. But first of all, I'm going to have to work out how much area I need, and then clear a bunch of land, because no doubt if I want to build it at the same level as this platform rather, then I'm going to need to clear that mountain a bit and some of these trees. So I think let's get right into a time lapse of clearing some land. Of course
They said, don't fall, forget all the things you've been taught, you've been told. Don't blink, don't run, don't turn left or turn right or look straight at the sun. My mind's going in circles, I'm trying to fight it. Getting these voices inside to stay quiet. Going to the place where all this began. Just start again. Oh, you won't see the light.
Alrighty, so after that time lapse, we got a big square, 64 by 65 in size. And now for the next part, we're going to have to fill out this square, but on a different level. So if we go 3 down, then we're going to fill out that square. So this area, but on that level. And we will eventually fill out this level, but not right now because I'm going to work from down up. I just feel like that just makes sense. Anyway, now I'm going to have to fill in this square. It's going to use a lot of grass and I'm probably going to have to collect some more. But hey, whatever, I'll get it done. And it should actually make for quite a nice time lapse. So let's get on with it. This is going to be a massive project.
Until the dawn breaks, no, till it's all said and done, you won't know what it takes. Gotta make a wrong turn and turn around. Gotta fall fast to pick yourself up off the ground. Until you get lost, you'll never be found, and you can't start again until you break down.
So now that I've built this platform, I now have to set up a collection system for when the wool farm is actually in place. So it will collect all the wool. And it's very similar to how I've done this one over here. It uses the minecarts and then uses a system that stops the minecarts when it detects something's in it, and then it will spit it out into a water stream. And then that water stream will go up to the storage system where I will place the wool, all 16 colors, right through here. And yeah, so basically I just need to set out a bunch of minecart routes. That's going to be the hard part. And then do a bunch of unloading systems, which will be the easy part. So I actually wonder if I have enough minecart rails, but if not, I'll craft some more. But I'll do that off camera. I think there's been enough time lapses for now. So yeah, let's set up this collection system. Alrighty, so I have gotten all the minecart rails in place and all the redstone done to carry it over to the storage system we got over here. It just goes through that little pipe there. And eventually, once we fill all these sorters, they will get sorted out into all of these. But now what I have to do is make pretty much the last of the redstone to do with the actual shearing of the sheep. That's really simple, but I'm just gonna have to do it. What, I think it was 256 times or something. And where is this skeleton? Right here. Alright, yeah, so I'm gonna have to do it 256 times or so. And it's just basically on this middle layer, so it's still not this top one. This middle layer, and it's gonna go all the way across, but it's not using all grass. Some of it's observers, some of it's just normal blocks. But yeah, all the way across, I'm going to have to do the grass and the redstones. So I'm going to have to collect a bunch of materials and then get cracking with that. Once again, not going to be a time lapse because, yeah, this is just going to take a really long time. And I don't fancy doing a time lapse because it's just going to be a bit of a messy one. So let's just get cracking with it and then we'll see where that gets us. Alrighty, so after quite a few more hours of working, I've gotten all the redstone done. And it's very simple redstone, but it's just, I had to do it 512 times, so that's why it took a long time. But it's just basically an observer facing the grass block here, where the sheep will be standing on and then eating. And then once the observer detects that, it'll power this, and then power the dispenser, which will shear the sheep. And then that will get collected by the minecarts down below. I put them in and put an on-off switch as well, so I don't gotta worry about that later. But now the only thing left to do, besides put the sheep in, is just fill this top layer full of grass. So I've collected a bunch, and there's some more in these shulker boxes. So yeah, now it's just time to get to work filling this in. And this is the last chance for a time lapse in this episode. So I think, yeah, let's hit that time lapse.
They say, be meek. Look beneath the bed before you go to sleep. Keep on, I shine. You'll surely get burned if you reach out and touch. My mind is a battle, I'm trying to hide it. Getting these voices inside to stay quiet. On to the place where all this began. To start again. Won't see the light until the dawn breaks.
Okay. I have finished this platform, and now this farm is ready to be used pretty much. I just need to put the sheep in, and I think I'll just start off with a couple rows and such, because 512 is a lot, and yeah, it's just a lot. I'll start off with a couple, see if the farm works as it should, and remove this because that shouldn't be there. Yeah, but then we'll see how it runs. If it runs perfectly, then we'll keep filling. But I do have to find some sheep and bring them here and then set up a bit of a breeding pen. So, yeah, I hope there's some nearby so I don't have to wander off too far. There's cows here. Maybe there's some sheep nearby as well. There's a horse. Pigs. Everything but sheep, it appears. But no matter, I will find one eventually. There's one. And there's another. We're good. Alright, so yeah, I will bring them over there and start breeding them up. But this is just going to be another off-camera thing because it's going to be a lot. But after I get a couple done, we'll test out the farm and see how we go. Okay, so after quite a few hours, I have got 3 rows of sheep filled in. And this is just taking a really long time, but it's getting done very slowly, I guess. But yeah, it'll get done eventually. And what I'm planning to do as well, as you can see, you might not be able to see that clearly because they're already sheared, but I got like the whites next to each other, and it's greys, dark grey, black, and it kind of does like a gradient pattern. And what I want to do is put carpets on top of the area where the coloured sheep are. So on top where the white sheep are, put white carpet. And same for grey, every other colour, whatever. And I think that'll look nice, just instead of all this green here. It'll just be like a big, nice gradient all the way from white through to, I think it's purple or pink down here. Pink. Yeah, it'll be white all the way through to pink, but I think it's quite a nice gradient. So, yeah, and the farm does seem to be working very nicely. I don't know how much I've got now, but last time I checked, it was just a bit less than a stack, and yeah, got quite a lot more. And I got 2 chests for white because I thought with white you can dye any, with any dye you can dye it any color. And yeah, I thought maybe just 2 for white, and yeah. And yeah, every color seems to be getting filled up quite nicely. So yeah, the farm is working, and as you might be able to notice before, I put a bunch of trapdoors here, and that's because if those weren't there, the wool would get stuck like between the hopper and the dispenser, but with this here, it doesn't get stuck. It's just a bit annoying with putting the sheep in now because I have to remove them and then put the sheep in, then put them back on. But whatever, it'll get done. It's just an extra step. But now is the mega grind of doing all the rest of these. But I think that is going to be Done off camera, definitely. No time lapse because it's just gonna take way too long. So yeah, no time lapse. I was gonna do a time lapse, but no, it's just gonna take probably multiple days. So that's just way too long. Anyway, yeah, I'm just gonna get stuck right into it, and maybe if I get half done, I'll come back and see how it's going. But if not, the whole thing will be done. And that it is. The whole thing is now finished. As you can see, I've got full carpets here, and that's just for looks really. But inside of every single one of these, there's a sheep and just one pair of shoes inside, because just working on this while I've been working, I've pretty much got all the chests up to half capacity, except the white, because there's two lots of that, but all of them are pretty much half and over some of them as well. But yeah, there's just a lot of wool, and I don't think I'm gonna need any more than just for one shoe's worth. And if I do need any more, say if I need a specific color, I can just load up for that shears. And yeah, I think that'll be the system going forward. If I really did want to as well, I could, once that's filled up the storage there, I could make it so there's an extra like bulk storage down here somewhere if I really wanted to. Um, but I don't know if I want to do that, because like how often do you need a lot of wool? Like the amount I'm gonna have now should be plenty. It should be plenty. And if I do need more, I can just AFK for a while, and yeah, we'll be right. So I think that is going to be where I leave it off for this episode. So I hope you did enjoy. It's been quite the grind for me. Multiple days spent on this one farm. But yeah, it's been quite fun. Just working on a really big farm again. And yeah, so I hope you did enjoy. If you did, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. But until next time, later guys.